why you are so important and why I feel like you were such a benefit to the people that are listening, why I feel like everybody needs to hear what you had to say. And we can't all get it in an hour, but we're going to try our hardest to get the best that we can give people within the time we have. So I'm going to go through your accolades and I'm going to come back after I read them all. Then we'll come back and there's some things that I definitely want to elaborate on. So we already said you were based in Texas. So that's awesome. Your education, your credentials are really impressive. PhD in health science, focus on nutritional biochemistry and human performance. A Master of Science in Human Nutrition, specialized in nutritional biochemistry, right? And bachelor's degree in kinesiology. So pretty much I feel like your niche, your specialty is, muscle preservation, your sarcopenia, metabolic function, and aging optimization. So beneficial. Everybody in the world needs these things. So that's why you were just such a wealth of knowledge for us today. I'm so excited. And so we talked about like your PhD was in sarcopenia, which is age-related muscle loss for people who don't know. So you're pretty much a sarcopenia specialist, right? And then you also have expertise in human performance, metabolic health, nutritional biochemistry, healthy aging, and longevity science. And you have some background in supplement and, of course, peptide-related products. But your current role, that's how you and I are connected, is you are now the Senior VP of Research and Development in Make Wellness, the Make Wellness company. You are the key scientist. So we said that you're like the brains, brains behind the business, at least the science part of it. Definitely. So you are the mind behind the formulation and the message at Make Wellness, which we are so, so thankful for. I'm going to go back into these. And like I said, I'm just going to go run through these because it's so much and I have to read them because it's so much. So forgive me for reading, but career experiences, 33 plus years in health wellness, nutritional supplements, pharmaceutical development, which we'll talk about, former CEO of a pharmaceutical manufacturing and drug development company. You developed 2,000 plus supplement formulas and products generating 10 plus billion with a B, 10 plus billion in revenue across different markets. So that's a lot to say that you have already accomplished. Some of us only know you from Make Wellness, but you obviously have a vast background in all of these. So you did serve on the scientific advisory board for a company called Modere, which is where you met our founder, Justin Prince. So
Correct.
God works in great ways, and it put y'all together back then as you just being an advisor to the company he was working on at the time. And then now we have you as our scientific advisor at Make Wellness. So, that's a lot. That's a lot in a short amount of time, I guess. Although I love that your PhD, you got your PhD, you started it at 54, finished it at 58.
Correct.
So I love that. At 53, I retired from dentistry, what I did. And so I love that about you. When I read something that you said, it's never too late to pivot. That's one thing. But then also you called it redeploying.
That's right. That's right.
I like that.
Yep. Yeah, I think I look at that as, I didn't really know that I was meant to go finish my PhD. I had my master's degree. I'd had a lot of success, Dr. Aimee, as far as a formulator and as a CEO of a couple of different companies, a president of another. And so I had experienced some pretty good success, but watching my dad die of this disease, sarcopenia, really motivated me. And there were some things going on within the pharma world at the time as well. And I just got to the point to where I said, no, I'm done with pharma. I'm out. I literally went home one day from work and told Laura, my wife, I'm quitting tomorrow. And of course she's like, what? I said,
What?
no, I'm done. I'm done with it. I cannot do it anymore. And at the same time, my dad was dying of this disease. No doctor knew what it was. They didn't know how to treat it. They didn't know how to handle it. And finally, I just said, you know what? I'm going back to get my PhD. I don't care how long it takes me to do it, but I'm going to do everything I can to build this awareness of this disease, sarcopenia, because when you find out that more than 40% of the population in the United States has sarcopenia to some degree, and that's people over the age of 50 typically, although we're seeing sarcopenia now as early as our teens, which is really scary. Really.
That is scary.